Hello, NACA. We've spent some time talking about ATC 4, 5, and 6s. Let's go back and talk about what we do with the ATC 10s, 11s, and 12s. Linked below is a video we did a while back on the federal pay cap and our problems. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you do. At our ATC 10s, 11s, and 12s, we have a couple problems. First, we must address the federal pay cap. That's a huge lift, but it's not something NACA is unaccustomed to doing. We did it in 1996 when we figured out how to change federal law to allow us, NATCA, the ability to negotiate pay. We did it again in 2012 when we changed federal law so that the agency could never again impose a contract. Now, we need to focus on the cap. The cap is a major limiting factor to addressing pay for our high-level facilities. If you don't address the cap, any pay advancement you achieved at facilities in high locality areas are basically paper raises because a group of employees won't see much of it. Once you address the cap, what's next? It's my belief that our future has already been achieved in our past. If you go back and you look at our collective bargaining history, the negotiators in the 1998 CBA secured the ATC-13 and 14 pay bands. In 2003, an MOU was signed to extend the 98 CBA. In that MOU, ATC-13s and 14s were eliminated. At the time, facility traffic counting was still inaccurate, and because of it, we didn't have anyone above an ATC-12. In 2011, we signed an MOU that required an automated count to be used in the terminal world. I talked about that previously in the videos linked below. When that MOU was signed, the terminal workforce figured out how inaccurate our traffic count data was. 225 terminal downgrades. What we didn't mention at the time was that some of our largest, most complex terminal facilities were undercounting traffic significantly. Once the automated counts were in, those facilities shot up into those now deleted pay bands. Today, SoCal TRACON is the busiest terminal facility in the world, followed closely behind by N90. Even if you use the breakpoints from 1998 that were artificially high because they used a wildly inaccurate count was used to develop them, SoCal TRACON would still be an ATC-14 and N90 would still be an ATC-13. NorCal TRACON and Dallas TRACON aren't that far behind. In the in-route world, we still can't accurately count center traffic. But Atlanta Center is widely acknowledged to be the busiest en route facility in the world. How did the rest fall? Your guess is as good as mine. But facilities like ZDC, ZMA, ZGAX, and Chicago probably aren't too far behind. And I feel confident in saying is that if SCT and N90 are far above an ATC-12, a couple of centers probably are as well. What I'm proposing is that the next contract negotiation team needs to be prepared to look backwards, look back to 98, learn our history, and re-achieve our past successes. It is very convenient for my opponent in this race to have a campaign slogan like, build on our previous successes. But let's be honest and very direct. He already had his shot. When he was at the table to negotiate how much you were going to make, there was not a single pay advancement. There was not a single dollar added to the pay bands. There was not a single premium pay added. There was not a single adjustment to differentials. We couldn't even inflation adjust CIP. At our next CBA negotiations, if you elect the right leaders with an understanding of the past and an eye to the future, we can be successful. But it's up to you to make that choice. We'll talk next time.